from a reality standpoint, JK Dobbins isn't going to play.
From a gamesmanship, he doesn't have to tell us anything. From a reality, he doesn't have to tell us anything either.
Yeah.
Because we know.
Yeah, and we know JK Dobbins isn't going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And, then they have a bye week, and we'll see if he can be back for the Commanders game. Hopefully that's the case. Hopefully there's no IR, but we do know from Chris Thomason and his sources, like, IR is being considered. He did actually bring that up to Sean yesterday, and that's where Sean was like, nothing's been made. No decision's been made.
Is there, pardon me if this is a dumb question, do they have to do it, like if they do it today, does it 4 weeks from today? Like, so
but
whatever,
it's 4 games.
Or 4
it's
games,
4
sorry.
games, yeah.
So whatever day you do it, it's 4 weeks from that
yes,
day.
and a lot of the times this will be done Saturday. So just we get through Friday. Is that tomorrow? We get through Friday, and
so that's just the news dump. No one can talk about it.
Yes. That'll be like a Friday DNP for the drive. Oh, a DNP, and he might be declared out at that time. Saturday they could put him on IR, and then they'll have 4 games.
That means
and
he's not back until December 21st against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
if they wait until, that's the only case it could be now.
Yeah, so they might be waiting for that. Second opinions, third opinions, whatever. Just, if you're a Broncos fan out there, just realize J.K. Dobbins probably isn't going to play. And Sean Payton's not going to talk about it.
No, he's not. This is what Sean said yesterday about it. Oh, hold on, Kev. Wait, hold on. Ready? This is what Sean said yesterday about it.
Yeah.
That was literally the worst
nothing's
timing
been
ever.
decided yet. And at some point, there'll be more clarity with him and some of these other players.
So he doesn't want to talk about it. We knew that. He was also talking about the role that RJ have, and you and I kind of kicked that around. I don't have a ton of confidence that RJ Harvey gets 16 carries. I don't.
Oh, 16?
I'm going off
8.
what the JK number was. And yeah, you're probably right. It is half of that. Unless, and this is a big if, that scenario you're painting earlier of like, all right, his first 5 carries get 5 yards. Unless that 4th carry is a 10-yard gain. That 5th carry is a 5-yard gain, and you're starting to see some real momentum working, and Sean, it's tangible for Sean, then maybe. But I can't even bank on that either. That means RJ has to do something he's never done before.
Yeah, well, Sean Payton did express confidence yesterday in RJ Harvey as a runner, and he went back to, in the pre-draft process, when this team felt he had the best vision in the draft. I still don't believe that. I don't believe that to be true. I believe that they may think he had the best vision in the draft, not named Ashton Genty, but...
they do that. They do that with stuff with... It's the best of the guys we like.
Yes.
Of what we think we're going to be able to get.
Yes, and we know Jaden Daniels was their quarterback, but they knew they were never going to get him.
Mm-hmm.
So you move to Bo Nix. He's the best of what you're going to be able to get. Well, RJ Harvey was what they felt they could get because they knew they weren't going to get Ashton Genty. He's here now, and it's time for him to take over in a Travion Henderson way. And Henderson last week coming through with a 140-yard game for the Patriots, a rookie running back, second rounder that they're waiting for him to take over, and Ramondre Stevenson was in his way. Okay, Stevenson's a good back like Dobbins is. Dobbins is a better back, but still, we've been waiting for RJ. Now it's his time. It's, crap or get off the pot. That's what it is for RJ Harvey. It's time to do it. We know he can do it. I never watched RJ Harvey and felt he's Darren Sproles.
No.
And all due respect to Darren Sproles, who'll be there coaching running backs sometime with the Broncos. He'll be in town whenever that happens. So all due respect to Darren Sproles, but Sproles was a guy that you wanted to feature in space as a receiver and on draw plays, like as a runner. I believe that RJ Harvey is the type of back that you can feed as a ball carrier, but just know that he's going to try to bounce stuff a little bit too much, and he's actually done the opposite of that now on the very few carries that we've seen. He really wants to prove he can run between the tackles and then bounce things outside, which is what he should do. But at the same time, now it's in his head because on plays where he should bounce it outside, he's sticking with the play in the middle. And then
that's Sean beating him over the head
exactly.
with it over and
so
over.
The kid's listening. I like that he's listening. I'd like him just to play. I know he's thinking out there as a runner. I know he's thinking out there in pass protection as well. And I've checked behind the scenes with people that will tell you stuff off record of is RJ doing it in pass pro behind the scenes?
Mm-hmm.
And his preparation and his technique is good. That's what I'm told, and I'll stick with that until we see it more.
Yeah.
We're going to see it more this week against Kansas City, who loves to get after the quarterback.
They absolutely have no choice. Sean Payton was asked about the confidence in RJ Harvey.
Yeah, listen, he was when we drafted him, it was his running skill set. Man, he had a lot of touches. I was just kidding with him earlier. Then you have experience in a guy like Jaleel, who's explosive and has been chomping at the bit. And so, yeah, I think sometimes players are not held back, but when you're watching Pat Bryant grow right in front of our eyes, and you're starting to see that with RJ, and obviously he'll have more opportunities here in this game. So yeah, he's built. When you see his frame, he's built to last, and that's important.
I see he said something in the middle there that I think is kind of interesting to wonder where he's going. And he didn't finish the thought of, like, some guys are held back, and then he starts to talk about Pat Bryant, and there's talent in front of him, you get held back. He's obviously talking about JK Dobbins. JK's the starter. Sean's not good at splitting carries. He's not even good at giving one guy enough carries. So that's interesting to me of, like, oh, he's held back. Well, okay, why? To your point, performance-based?
Yeah.
Or the player in front of him is just really, really good. And I think you believe it. I know I believe it. I assume Broncos country feels the same way. The folks out there in the tribe, we know JK Dobbins is really, really good and has been for the Denver Broncos. Phil said it yesterday. You and I have talked about it. We're talking about it with Phil and Crosstalk. He's the identity of the Broncos offense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's JK Dobbins. So that, and this might be me trying to talk myself into it on a Thursday, Cease. That quote from Sean right there of, okay, he's being held back. I'm going to choose to believe that it's not performance-based. It's because J.K. Dobbins is really, really good.
Yeah, and Dobbins is excellent. And the Dobbins injury has a sting to it. It'll sting less if RJ takes over.
Exactly. Yep.
Because when I was talking about week 6 with RJ Harvey, week 6, he needs to start doing more. Week 6 is the number for these rookie backs. Travion Henderson, just last week. Well, it was week 10. Okay, so maybe it's a little bit longer for some of these guys. But now if you go forward, if RJ can be the man, then you can slow play JK's injury recovery. And you can bring back, imagine RJ clicking JK back healthy in late December when it's playoff time, and January when you got to run the ball, you got to play great defense, and now you got 2 of them things. So if RJ can take over, I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but I'm emotional and opinionated. If RJ Harvey plays in the way that he can and produces in the way that is expected of him, this Broncos team can be pretty unbeatable if RJ Harvey takes that step. So their kind of playoff success and, winning the AFC West, all of that comes down on the shoulders of number 12, RJ Harvey. As weird as it sounds.
That does sound weird.
Bo can play good and defense can ball out. That's awesome. But if RJ Harvey doesn't work, this thing doesn't work.
But I know what you're saying because you're projecting.
I'm fast forwarding,
what it can look like. But it does sound weird. You even said it like, because he hasn't done any. There's nothing feel good to project about except for what you think his ceiling can be and how quick does he reach that ceiling.
Yeah, because what's the answer if RJ doesn't work out? It's not Tyler Bidet. It's not Jaleel McLaughlin.
Better luck next year, boys.
It's not anybody, my guy Jamal Williams still wanting a job out there. Like, there's nobody there.
I think the answer is, well, George and Sean missed, just like you've been saying. You missed on an opportunity. How's Caleb Lohner doing? How's that garage project working out, Johnny?
Right. When 7th-round running backs like Kyle Monangai, 170-yard game 2 weeks ago for the Bears. And I know Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt got replaced by Chris Rodriguez. I hope you picked up Rodriguez on your waiver wire.
I didn't, but I made some other moves.
Okay, but Krosky-Merritt's kind of fallen off a little bit, but that's still a 7th-rounder that was starting for a team. So, okay, did you miss on that? Did you miss not getting Breece Hall? All of that can be squelched and taken away if RJ Harvey does what RJ Harvey can do. It's going to take great discipline from him, but it's going to take great discipline from Sean in sticking with plays that aren't necessarily moving the chains as much as he wants. With RJ Harvey, you're going to have a lot of 2nd and longs. With JK Dobbins, you had a lot of 2nd and 3s, and there's a big difference there. So is Sean ready to adjust while also adjusting to what Bo is doing, like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things cooking here for the Denver Broncos. But if RJ Harvey works out in the way that he can, I can tell you this team's going to win the AFC West.
I like that. I like hearing that a lot. Real quick, you said Chris Rodriguez Jr.? I know Ben listens to the show. Let me make a claim for this guy right now. Thank you very much. In your face, Ben.
You just made a waiver move during the show?
Right now, during the show.
Okay.
I'm chasing my buddy Ben. in our standings. I'm a spot behind him.
Okay.
And he listens to the show, and he does everything that you say.
Oh.
And I hate him for it, so I'm going to do it before he can do it.
Okay, there you
Feel
go.
good about this. In your face, Ben. All right, one more from Sean Payton, then I want to talk a little Nugs, man, what we watched last night with the historic performance from Nikola Jokic. Sean Payton talking about Bo Nix and was asked the question, hey, Coach, is there anything that you can do to make life easier for Bo?
I think it's not just it's not Bo. I mean, I think it's part of the whole process offensively and constantly in our game planning this week. Certainly opponents vary what they do scheme-wise. This is a pressure team, and so our job each week, we're always looking to find easy completions. When I look at the touchdown reel on Mondays, I've said this to you before, sometimes you look at a play and you just say, player, he went up, made a great play. And then sometimes someone's wide open and you click that button, you save it, and that was scheme. And so we're constantly looking at, how can we find, those throws that fit the scheme and the defense you're attacking. Obviously, the penalties, we've got to, we're doing a great job of not taking sacks, but when we're all of a sudden, 1st and 20, we've got to eliminate those.
All right, so he's talking about taking easier stuff, and I can just sense it. Like, I feel it. All right, so helping out Bo, you're talking about taking the easier things. In my head, I want to go, oh, you've changed a couple of route concepts. You've changed a route depth with Bo's feet. I assume Sean's already had that lined up because he does know what he's doing, but it's clearly not working for Bo. So is that... It sounds crazy to me to think that they would change that within a week. This receiver now runs this route at a different depth because we want to tie it to Bo's feet. Wouldn't that be stuff you're doing next week?
Yeah, it would be. And it seems like Sean and Bo, they've got some things to work out and iron out. Let's hope that they can do that. And against Kansas City, you don't really have any choice. You don't have any choice to be like, hey, let's work on this week. In fact, it kind of goes back to the RJ Harvey thing. The regular season isn't time to develop. It's time to play. So Bo Nix in this process of like learning and growing in year 2 and the sophomore slump and the last 2 games haven't been good for Bo. All right, it's on you to get better, and you've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's a walkthrough. You basically have 2 days and practice to get better. And then game time, you're not facing slappy Bengals. You're not facing, slappy Raiders who you barely beat on a terrible Thursday night game. You're facing the team that could end up back in the Super Bowl in Kansas City, who's definitely feeling themselves, who definitely feels they're the superior team. And now it's time for Bo. You've got to improve. You don't have the time to test things out. You've got to play better now.
Yes, you do. You 100% have to play better right now. Sean can make things easier for Bo, but Bo can help himself a lot by focusing on his feet and slowing down just a little bit. Hopefully, that comes as soon as this week. I saw somebody on Twitter, and I can't remember who it was, or I'd give you a shout out, my bad. It's like, hey, this little mini bye could be a perfect thing for Bo. Get to kind of unwind. What am I doing wrong? He talked about it yesterday, too, some of that self-evaluation stuff. You get an extended weekend. Bo Nix isn't out at the club, right? He's not out there painting the town red. The dude's about ball. So he's going to continue to be about ball. And I think if you get a couple of minutes to yourself, nobody's going to be a better critic than you to yourself. So you get to self-evaluate. You go watch some film and all that stuff. We used to have to do it in radio. I still do it sometimes, listening up. I'm like, man, I'm an idiot. I can't believe I said that. That's how you get better, So hopefully Bo did some of that this weekend.
Yeah, I still, I don't re-listen to our whole show every day, but I do a lot of work with our YouTube. And, I'll know when I messed up.
Yeah.
When I need to be better.
On my iTunes, my old updates, like from being on the fan.
Really?
Kevin will know, like, I'm Josh Dover, first on the fan.
Yeah.
And it's more like, I'm Josh Dover, first on the fan. Because I'm afraid to screw up, and that's how I sound.
I remember when Mike Evans was the update guy.
Yeah. Mike, when I got hired to be an update guy, I was like, dude, I want to be like Mike Evans. I'm going to be an update guy. I'm going to be a producer, and then I'm going to get on the air, and then I'm going to have my own show, and then I'm going to dominate. I wanted to be
You've done all
Mike
those
Evans.
things.
So far.
Yeah. Well, let's keep it up.
Still a few things I'd like to do.
Yes.
I think you need a